for Beterbiev and Bivol because we do have a fight plan that will be released on Wednesday. But let's give a full breakdown, and then to get the prediction, the viewers will tune in and watch the fight plan. So the first time, obviously, this is the rematch. I thought the right winner got the decision. There's been a lot of people that may not agree with that. What does Bivol have to do differently, if anything, to change the result this time around?
It's not about what he has to do. It's what he has to not do. How's that? How's that to start? You know, really, a trainer is a teacher. I would hope that I'm a teacher. And that, I've told fighters that before. It's not about what we got to do. It's what we got to not do and make sure we don't. He did everything he had to do to win that fight the first time. What he has to not do, and I think the perfect encapsulation of this, Bud, would be, bear with me if I'm wrong with the round, but either way, I'm not wrong with what happened. Around the 7th round, blew past the midway point. Around the 7th round of a fight that he might have been winning. Tough fight. But I thought Beterbiev came on in the championship rounds and won the fight. I thought he won. I mean, no controversy, but a good fight, a tough fight. And I expect the same thing, no less, from both these top guys in heavyweight. But in the 7th, I believe it was 7th, in the 7th round, there was a moment where he was I don't want to say dominating the round. He was controlling the round. Bivol was controlling the round. He was doing what he had to do. You know, he was counterpunching. He was controlling the outside, keeping Beterbiev from setting up, you know, owning the geography that he wanted, which was in close. He was owning the geography on the outside, Bivol was. And he was using his hands well. He was putting punches together well, you know, sweet music. And then he wasn't hanging around. He got out, he got to the side, he gave angles, and he picked up again. You know, he was like that Gunsmoke TV series where the sheriff says you got to be out of Dodge by noon. Be out of Dodge by noon. Otherwise, you got a problem, Rich. And that's how you got to fight Beterbiev. You got to be out of you got to be out of Dodge by noon. Otherwise, you got a problem. And he was doing that. He was doing it. And then somewhere along, I believe in the 7th, where he was throwing up one of those beautiful combinations, he threw one punch too many. He got greedy. Maybe he got careless. He got whatever you want to call it. You got to be cognizant of that with a guy like this. You got to get out of Dodge by noon. If you're a minute after noon, you get shot. Yeah. And Richie looked at me like, whoa, you get shot. Oh, yeah, great. And so instead of, he threw, I think it was like a 5-punch combination. He should have threw a 4-punch, even a 3. If he would have threw 1 punch less, it's what you don't, you got to know what not to do. Don't stay there too long. Don't throw 1 punch too long. Don't get a little greedy. Don't lose track of the watch, the time, noon. You got to get out of Dodge by noon. Otherwise, you got a problem. And in that 7th round, he threw 1 punch too many. Just in the middle of the delivery of maybe the 5th punch, he got caught because Beterbiev was more than just a seek-and-destroy guy. He didn't get to where he got to be just a seek-and-destroy, bomb-carrying guy. No, he's smart. He's cerebral. He knows how to box too. And what he knows the sweet science. It's just that it's in such an aggressive fashion, he doesn't get credit. Bivol gets credit because of the way he does it. It's so easy to see. It's so elementary to see. And obvious to see. But Beterbiev don't get credit for what he does. And what did he do? He got in the pocket and he punched with Bivol as Bivol was throwing that one too many punch, and he hurt him. And you know what? He stole the whole round. He took everything that he had done in that round, all the momentum, all the rhythm, all the control, and he basically flushed it down the toilet. By catching him with that shot and wound up winning that round it went in the column of Beterbiev, and it changed the direction of the fight because it didn't allow Bivol to get that momentum or keep that momentum that he was garnering, that he was gaining. So that's the key. For me, same stuff, know what not to do, same thing. And and to be really cognizant late in the fight, the championship, don't lose the championship rounds. Make sure that the championship rounds, that you don't lose them by staying there a little too long, allow Beterbiev to get to your body and force you to do what you don't want to do. Stay in front because your legs ain't going to listen to you no more because he caught you in the body. You know what I mean? Kind of like, right? I mean, kind of like the great late comedian Richard Pryor. He was good. He was funny. I liked him anyway. And he was talking about being in a fight or whatever, and he said, what did I say to myself? Legs don't fail me now. and that's really what it came down to. His legs failed him because he got caught in the body. He couldn't get out of there, and he started laying in front. Too much show, great heart, but Bivol started laying in front down the championship rounds, and Beterbiev took control. So, and that's it. And what does Beterbiev have to do? He's got to do. You know what? He's got to maybe do. He's not the fastest starter. He might have to get the motor running a little earlier and keep it running. His thing is, when he gets the motor running, he's running you over. He just, it takes him a while to get up to 50, 60, 70, but then he's going. He's on the highway and he's on the motorcade. You know what I mean? He's on that what's the name of that highway in Europe where you can go any amount
The
of speed?
Autobahn.
He's on the Autobahn. And he's going, and it's hard to. He's a juggernaut. It's hard to slow him down. He finishes strong. He's got to start a little faster. Maybe not allow Bivol to put those rounds that he put in the bank early. He's got to do that. And how does he do that? I think he does it with the jab to the chest, could stabilize in Bivol a little bit because Bivol will look to dominate with the jab on the outside. Don't let him dominate with the jab. And use feints. Because when you're fighting a counterpuncher, I love to use the art of feinting. Now, people don't know the art. There's not enough teachers, trainers out there to teach it. And there should be. But that's an art. To feint the guy, feint the counterpuncher, let him counter a little premature, and then all of a sudden you counter him. So that's it. How's that, bud? That's quick. That's good. That's solid.
Yeah, perfect. I do want to ask you and just touch on that follow-up. You talked about the slower start in the first fight for Beterbiev, and I agree with you. Not what I was accustomed to watching of him in the past. Do you think he was affected by the knee injury going in, and then maybe he will be able to start faster this time? I didn't see him in the clinch. I didn't see the same Beterbiev of the roughhousing, and credit to Bivol for not allowing some of that. But do you think the knee affected him going into that last one? And again, he's a little older now, right? So at 41, is that still maybe in his head to preserve the gas tank?
Two great points. Again, you're more than a pretty face, Two really solid points. Yes, and yes. I think he's got more time to have fully rehabbed the knee. He went in there quick after knee surgery. He didn't have a lot of time to really get it to 100%, but he's such a fighter. He's such an animal in a good way. That he's a beast. That he didn't let that be an excuse or stop him. But yeah, I think the knee, more time now for the knee to be better can only bode well for him. No doubt about it. And yeah, there's one undefeated fighter out there that's always going to be undefeated for all the time. Does he knock on the door? You don't know. You don't know when that guy knocks on the door. He's a sneaky son of a you-know-what. You just don't know when he's going to show up. So, yeah, that can be. And I'll give you one more X factor intangible. I think Bivol's going to improve from this fight. Yeah, I do. Because I think that when you face the boogeyman, and make no doubt about it, this guy was the boogeyman. As tough as Bivol is mentally, and he is. And that's why I had thought he was going to win the first one, because not just because of his skill set, he's mentally tough enough to deal with a guy like Beterbiev, who we know is mentally tough. And guys like Bivol, who fight the way they do, don't get credit sometimes for being mentally tough. He's mentally tough. So you still, when you're fighting the boogeyman for the first time, there were still unanswered questions. When the boogeyman knocks at the door, can I handle that knock? Can I handle that knock when I look through the peephole and I see who the hell it is? It's the boogeyman. And the answer was yes. And he didn't know that answer. As much as he's confident he's a real pro, really, deep down inside, he didn't really, he won't admit it, but he didn't know that answer. And now he knows that answer. And that's going to help Bivol. That can help him a lot. That can help him possibly win a fight that was really a tough, close fight. So, again, to what my son said, we are not giving it away. Watch the fight plan. We put a lot of time into it. I think we did a good job with it. Watch the fight plan. It'll be up Wednesday. Watch for the fight plan, and we will break the fight down completely. And I will give you what I'm not giving you right now. I will give you the prediction.